Going live, you're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing God of War... Oh man, God of War Ragnarok PC on the RTX 4090. I have videos also on the 3050, 3060, 4060, even the Steam Deck, so... This game actually works pretty well, I'm pretty surprised. But now I wanted to see how one of the most powerful GPUs can handle it. We're doing 4K, 8K, 1440p and 1080p just for the memes at this point. How's it going, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Teresa Elian, Danless. So yeah, basically my kidneys are gone, so this GPU can be in my system, which is fine. They grow back, right? Well, and I grabbed some coffee. It's my third stream today. Today is God of War Ragnarok day. So we're on the highest settings, no film grain, no motion blur, all that. We're on DLAA, so native 4K at the highest settings. No ray tracing, unfortunately. So let's start it from the beginning. My card is undervolted, but it gets to a very high frequency anyway, so let's begin. Give me balance. Yeah, the most powerful GPU basically. We're at native 4K with DLSS as anti-aliasing. This looks incredible. Jesus. Wow. It blows my mind each time. Also, by the way, apologies for no music, just to be safe, obviously. But man, it's so... You can see every strand of hair. It's kind of crazy. Hello, Morteza. How's it going, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean... 130 FPS on the highest settings. Imagine if you put the game on a high. We'll get like 200 or 150 maybe. But it's crazy. I mean, just look if I'm... Oh, sorry about that. If I zoom in... Look at all the freaking detail. I'll zoom in even more. Okay, now depth of field. Like, dude.
Hungry?
That's insane. Where'd you get a 4090? I got it from somebody that was selling it. I offered 2 kidneys and a 4070 Ti, and they were like, yeah, sure. And I took it.
I'll get them ready.
Yeah, it actually works really good. Should I use reflex boost with my 3050? Just use reflex, the normal one. Do you think I should use reflex? Oh, I already read that. I think with the normal reflex you're good. Unless you're using frame gen. At that point I would use boost as well. Thor's GPU! I mean, just look at the power usage. That's only the GPU. Using like 400 watts. It's like the power of... How many? 20 Steam Decks at the same time. Only for the GPU. You could render yourself a new kidney. Ah, that's true. I could 3D print one. Is 4090 stable when undervolted? Yeah, pretty much. I put it at 0.970 volts. At that 2760 megahertz. And I overclocked the memory 900 megahertz. And I got it pretty well. Same, Rise of the Epic Scout. Yeah, VRAM consumption, I mean, we're at 10 gigabytes, less than 10 gigabytes And we're at 4K Ultra. Any fix for 4GB cards? I don't know yet. Would be nice to know. Although what's going to be interesting here is doing 8K. Because 4K is a cakewalk for this card on this game. Do you have issues with Ryzen 3000 after updating to the latest biosecurity patches? I don't have a Ryzen 3000, so I don't know. But if you're on a hard drive, I mean, if you go for support, they're probably going to tell you install it on an SSD. Probably.
Maybe he'll be ready to eat when we get home.
Yeah, we're going to do 8K after the intro.
Quite sick, Trace.
I know.
But I think at 8K we're going to get 30 FPS. That's my guess. We'll see what happens.
I'm not giving up on him.
But it looks amazing. No worries,
Yes.
Mr. Monkey.
Is it hurt?
I'm just running this from SD card on deck. No, I'm talking about Battlefield 2042 that Black Monkey was talking about. Now this should work on SD card, I'm pretty sure. I haven't tried it yet. I'm probably going to move it to my SD card. It's going to take forever. But I think it's worth trying. I think it should be fine. I mean, it's a PS4. The PS4 has a hard drive.
She wouldn't give up that easy, would she?
She never does. Stay
Yeah, how
alive.
does it not run on 4GB GPUs? I'm guessing the minimum is like 5 gigs. It would have been nice to be able to launch it anyway. Oof. Poor Kratos. Is doable 1600p with a 4060 laptop? Yeah, probably. Just use DLSS, should be fine. The 4060 ran it pretty well. Albeit I had to lower the texture quality at higher than 1440p. So if you have a 4060 laptop, I would use like high textures and DLSS. Should be fine.
I'm losing my grip here.
Father!
Hold tight. The protection stave is near.
Protection stave. That sounds pretty sus.
Oh no!
First CPU limited? Yep, I'm going to.
Wait, we're not your enemy.
I think she's angry.
Please don't make me do this.
Atreus, shoot her in the face. A bit smoother than Steam Deck, yeah. Yeah, guys, in the description you can find this game in 4060, 3060, 3050, and the Steam Deck. It runs on a Steam Deck, yeah. You can even get 40s on deck. So I think this game runs better than the original 2018 one. Does Corsair LPX have issues with Ryzen 3000? That's the one I've been using back when I had Ryzen, so it's been fine.
Let us go home.
Specky, Ivana, up.
Only 133 at 4K without upscaling? Oh my god, unplayable.
I'm sorry I couldn't take the shot.
I did not wish you to.
I keep hoping she'll let it go. You saved her life.
I killed her son. There is
Yeah,
no
she's
letting
happy.
that go.
Yeah.
Before I do the CPU limited test, let's enable frame gen. Let's see if it makes a difference. On the 4060 it was broken, the Nvidia one. So let's see. So let's add, of course after this I'm trying a CPU limited test. Let's try frame gen. Kind of pointless in my opinion, but hey, let's see if it works. No, it's not working.
I guess killing Baldur really did bring on Fimbulwinter.
I think it's bugged.
Never stopped snowing.
We're
after
getting
that day.
124, 120 something, and with frame gen it does nothing. Yeah.
It's out.
Yeah, the NVIDIA's frame gen is not working for some reason. So we gotta use FSR's frame gen. So you get the most expensive GPU from NVIDIA. Frame gen doesn't work. So I recommend you use if you want to use frame gen, use FSR's solution.
We're gonna get better.
Someday.
You get 20 frames more though on this one.
Worst is still ahead of us.
So instead of 110, you get 140. It's not a huge difference, I would say. I uses 3 gigabytes of RAM, of VRAM, of extra VRAM to enable frame gen here. So I don't think it's worth using frame gen. I mean, the NVIDIA one, because it doesn't work.
I got it.
So 133. And if I disable frame gen, it's 30 frames more. It's 30% faster actually with frame gen, with FSR's frame gen. Yeah, I tried toggling reflex, but it didn't fix it. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I tried with and without. Yeah, the reflex thing just resets itself. I think it's just a bug. Or is it 124? If I disable frame gen instead of 124, what do we get?
I will get the
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, frame gen doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, I agree, the PSN stuff is BS. No, I don't know how to open it on 4 gigs of VRAM. Believe me that I tried. And well. I wasn't lucky enough, I guess. So, yep, FSR. Frame gen, DLSS frame gen is not working right now. Not only on the 4090, I tried it on the 4060 as well. It's just not working. Just before I move around, look at the detail, because on a live stream it's probably difficult to notice. Look at how much I'm zooming in. It's ridiculously detailed. Although you can start seeing the limitations of the engine, I guess. But that's crazy.
I don't hear him. He always says hello.
Atreus.
Fenrir, you okay, boy?
And before I move on, let's try a CPU bottleneck. So we're going to be using... I should do 1080p for this, but still. What happens if I do performance DLSS? Let's see. Can we produce a CPU bottleneck? Huh. Is the game locked at 144? If it is, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I think it's locked at 144 actually. Even if I disable the frame rate limit. So we're not CPU limited, we are game engine limited, it seems. Interesting.
It's okay, boy.
I'll double check my NVIDIA control panel, but still.
I know. I missed you.
Yeah, G-Sync is enabled. Sorry, I'm not using VRR. But I don't have a V-Sync enabled. If I enable V-Sync, I will be at 60. It's weird.
Still hungry?
It's all in the description. It's an i7-13700F. This is what I used for live streaming and
Too big?
well, live streaming, editing, gaming when I have time. When did I buy the 4090? A couple weeks ago, I think.
There you
I had to give 2 of my kidneys and my 4070 Ti, but it was worth it. So it seems to be capped at 144.
Atreus, the time draws near. You must
180. Oh, okay. The first God of War has unlocked FPS.
He's still eating. He wants to live.
He is dying.
It's dying. Oh, wait. I think it's... There you go. My bad. No FPS cap. I had an FPS cap in Riva Tuner. I forgot to toggle it off. There we go. It's not locked. Has it corrupted your mind yet? It was already corrupted before it, so... Let's say no.
But you can rest now. Okay? I'll be okay. You can let go now.
Yeah, 1050 Ti rip.
Let go.
Yeah, rest in pepperonis. I mean, despite being internally 1080p, this is kinda... This looks super sharp.
Soft now.
Why would I play God of War at 190 FPS? I probably wouldn't. I would just lock it to 144.
Soft.
But DLSS Performance still looks incredible. Especially, well, internally it's 1080p, upscaled to 4K, but still. I don't know what kind of witchcraft they did. Do you think it's good to enable DLDSR? Yeah, it looks pretty good. If you pair that with DLSS, you can actually get a very sharp image. Can 6 GB GPUs run high textures 1080p? Yeah, should be fine. If it doesn't, put it on medium, looks almost the same. But still, DLSS Performance still looks incredible. I can still see the hair, the individual hairs on Kratos.
We train.
And we are
What?
CPU bottleneck, yeah. The GPU is at 92%.
No.
I should do 1080p. Yeah, I mean, 8K, keep this in mind, Max. He says it makes you confident you can get away with 8K DLSS quality or balanced. I think we can get away with DLSS Performance. I think DLSS Performance at 8K is 4K internally, so...
Tracking is all we ever do. Ever.
I mean,
It's not
I
enough.
try even 8K Ultra Performance on other games, and it's internally 1440p, so... It's ridiculously sharp. Is that VRAM allocation or usage? I think it's usage.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming.
4090 needs games with paths racing to get stressed. Yeah,
Doing is supposed to be
rasterized stuff. It's a cakewalk for the 4090. Yeah, here we're CPU limited actually.
Finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
Says the
I
guy
don't
that
wanna
kills
fight
gods.
anyone. I just
My eyes can
want
see
answers.
beyond $180 GPU. Man, I miss $180 GPUs. The market was interesting back then. 3050 12 gigs. If you have one, they should be fine. I'm not sure if that exists though. 8K with DLSS Performance is 4K. See, that is ridiculous. I mean, I'm playing at 1080p technically right now. Technically.
I have a moment alone with.
Okay, let's do a CPU bottleneck for real now. Ultra Performance? Yeah, Ultra Performance. Oops.
Before I bury him.
Okay. So we're basically at 190 something. Back then we played at 30 FPS and we were happy. I was playing at 12 FPS and was happy. I took it back from Amazon. Oh, the 3050 12 gigs. Hey, Iron Man today. So yeah, you're basically, if you have a 13th gen i7, you can get away with 144 pretty easily.
Well,
As long as your GPU can do it.
recognize that dour expression anywhere.
Yeah, we could use FrameGen FSR3 as well. Let's see what it does with FrameGen now. By the way, the NVIDIA FrameGen is not working properly. It doesn't work. Okay. Okay, instead of 180, we get 200
Oh,
and 20.
not Fenrir.
When God of War
How's the
Thor
lad?
will come in PC, it's already there.
Not well. He goes to bury him.
So, yep, I mean, you're still
Damn it.
CPU limited if you're using Ultra Performance, but if you use FrameGen, instead of 180, you get 230. For some reason, if you want to play God of War at 200 FPS, that's how you do it. Now Kratos is going to have a nightmare. I'd rather skip that because it's pretty slow. Let's go directly into this fight. I think it will be more interesting. No, the NVIDIA FrameGen doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so with FSR3, FrameGen, Ultra Performance, DLSS, Ultra Settings, whatever, we get 246. Without FrameGen, instead of 246, you get 194. I mean, at that point, what's the point? With NVIDIA DLSS FrameGen, I'll put it Reflex Boost as well. It's the same. It doesn't seem to be launching at all. And it resets the reflex options for some reason. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But it's hilarious that NVIDIA is this first saying, oh yeah, we got frame generation and blah blah blah, and they releases FSR frame gen. And frame gen doesn't work on day one in this game. From NVIDIA, of course. Let's do 8K. 4K is boring at this point. So if you want to play this game on a 4090, you can do DLAA, so native 4K, and you get over 100 FPS. So it's kind of pointless. It's kind of pointless to do it. 4K Ultra over 100 FPS. Sometimes it might drop into the 110 range, but it's completely fine. So I think it will be fun to just do 8K instead. 4K is okay, to the surprise of no one. So to do 8K, we're using DSR. But for the game to detect it, since it's borderless full screen, we actually need to put it on the desktop as the desktop resolution. Just to get an idea, this will be the equivalent of having 4 4K monitors. So as you can see, well, maybe you cannot see it. It's a very small desktop now. Unpopular question, but can you play this game on 4090? No. It barely works. Gracias, Marco. Well, yeah, there are more taxing areas, but if you put quality DLSS, you'll be way above 100 at all times. Let's be honest here. Okay. We're now at 8K, 7680 by 4320. Overkill? Sure. Fun? Yes. So 8K, DLAA, Ultra, basically what the PS5 Pro will wish to have. So Sony don't look. Yeah, that's funny. 8K native is basically 30 FPS on a 49D, and Sony is talking about 8K on the PS5. So, science. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Look at this. So unnecessarily sharp. So people talking about 8K gaming, there's no reason. I mean, at least not native. If you use upscaling, it's probably fine, but 8K gaming is very, at least native 8K. Yeah, that's not happening. Better than real life, yeah. Does it even look better for you? I mean, I'm not on an 8K display, this is a 4K display. It does look better, but it's sharpness. It's so, I mean, there's no aliasing whatsoever. That's basically the difference. And at 4K, I already have very sharp edges, so in my opinion, it's overkill. This would be nice for, I don't know, 120 inches television, maybe? Remember, it's basically 4 4K screens.
Wow. A lot of those guys.
It's been like this all night.
Let me show you. It's easier to just zoom in. This is a 4K recording, but I mean, basically, there's no aliasing whatsoever. It's completely eradicated. There's just no jaggies anywhere. I'm zooming in a lot, by the way. I mean, I'm looking at a quarter of the screen, less than a quarter of the screen. I think this is 1/5 of the screen. Just look at Kratos. That should tell you enough. So yeah, if you have a huge TV, hell yeah, that would be nice to look at. But let's try, as you guys were saying, high settings. Let's see how much of an improvement it can be. Oh my god, looks so good, watches as 480p. Definitely. It's using 17 gigabytes of VRAM. So on Ultra, it's basically 34 FPS. And on high, yeah, we get 6 frames more, which at 8K is a huge difference actually, considering the amount of pixels. It's a big improvement actually. Dude, Kratos looks incredibly detailed. Yeah, like a 100 inches screen to appreciate it. Okay, let's do... I mean, you don't need Ultra, personally, in my opinion. DLSS quality, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Perfection. So 8K DLSS. First of all, let's go back to Ultra. I mean, there's just too much GPU power to spare. If you spend so much on a GPU, you might as well put everything on the highest. As stupid as it sounds. So quality, instead of 7620 by something something, is 5K, I think, 2880p. So DLSS quality. I think this is 5K actually. I don't notice much of a difference, really. I mean, when it comes to the edges, it's stupidly sharp. Frame Gen 3 with DLSS quality 8K? Yeah, sure. Let's do Frame Gen 2. In a moment. Let me get a little bit more ahead to show something more interesting. Okay, this is 5K.
Sometimes I really wish Tyr's Temple
10/16K DLSS Ultra Performance, man. That's probably like 5K, right?
How could things be any worse than here?
Although, can we just appreciate that at 8K it uses 15 gigabytes of RAM? Even a 4080 could actually do it technically. And this is on the highest settings.
You're not scared?
Atreus!
It does look good. The thing is, this is not 4K, an 8K screen. This is technically, well, this is a 4K screen with downscaling from 8K. So it's still a waste of pixels. It's overkill AF.
Been a while since you've joined us. If that's what you mean.
Ah, well, just tired, I suppose. You've seen one deer hunt, you've seen them all.
How can you feel tired?
Says
when you
Skin
never sleep?
TV. Oh no!
Other kinds of tired, lad. You'll see when you're older. Now, have
You excited for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Yeah, why not?
things are always brighter in the morning.
1440p? Yeah. Allow me a moment. I want to get to Thor's boss fight. Can you link PlayStation trophies? Yeah. On Ghost of Tsushima, it's the same as Ghost of Tsushima. That regard. Haven't played the first Kingdom Come. Well, it even works on Steam Deck and there's a Switch port, so it's a good time. Yeah, we need reshade. We need to add more graphics. Oh, dude. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of bug when it comes to DLSS. Some of the edges of the volumetrics actually look a bit, I don't know how to say it, have like hard pixels.
I have need. You would not find me good company.
Yeah, it's a good port so far, it seems.
I'm sure we'll find
4060, it's in the
lots to
description.
talk about.
I already tried every GPU. This is usually the last one I test because, in my opinion, it's the least interesting unless you're doing like 8K and forcing stupid resolutions. I mean, this is a 4K 120 card in this game, basically. Yeah, I can see that some of the volumetrics have hard edges. You'll see it in the depth of field too, I think. Yeah, I see it on the edges, top left corner.
Nice place.
That shouldn't happen. Thanks, Rakan. I appreciate that. You too, sir. Where are those MSI open boxes? But I mean, this is... I mean, it's hard to convey in a live stream. But just look at how much I have to zoom in. Yeah, this edges in the middle of the screen there. It's stupidly sharp. Doesn't make sense. This is what I do to all the games on my PC. I usually do stupid resolution, like on Dead Rising 1. But the GPU is saying like, please stop! What are you doing? I'm a 4090!
You could have told me before I poured. Why are you here?
Okay, the depth of field seems to be working properly. At this pixel count, good. Which resolution would I use if I had to maximize this? Probably performance DLSS, which internally is 4K. 4K upscaled to 8K, which looks better than 4K. And it already looks amazing at 4K itself, so this is just showing off at this point. I mean, look at this. Yeah, definitely sharper than 4K.
Seem like a calm and reasonable person.
Why can't I can open the game on Steam?
Are
What?
you? A calm and reasonable person.
Yeah, it looks blurry on 1080p because of TAA. Like most new games. 4K upscaling to 8K, then downscale to 4K. Exactly, sir. And it looks better than native 4K like this, when it comes to edges, in my opinion. Oof. Well, good luck, Dark Decimus. Hopefully you don't get a tornado in the middle. You got this, man. It looks very nice.
You know who I am? Back before winter set in, there were some...
OPC... Yeah, I know, Jamal. Just stop advertising that here, please.
But I think we all have a better idea
I'd rather
of who we're dealing
not
with.
discuss those matters.
Now, what you did to his boys. Self-defense. Dying is what we ace here.
Yeah, there's some weirdness when it comes to the
Let's
shoulder
be
pads
honest,
here
they
with
were kinda useless.
Lethal Field.
But Balder, he had value.
But still, I'm zooming in a stupid amount.
My closer.
This is
his
less than a
mind was
quarter of
gone,
the screen.
sure,
It's...
but he had his uses and now he's gone because of you. You follow me?
Yeah, this looks better than native 4K, definitely.
You have a debt. You're no fun anymore.
What do you want?
Are you going to retest 2077? Yeah, I will. Especially on Steam Deck. Yeah, low end to high end.
How about peace?
But man, this
How
is
does
stupidly
Right.
sharp.
The esteemed
Makes no sense to do
retired
this.
god of
Well, if you have a 4K screen and you want even more sharpness, maybe you have a big TV or something, you can do it like that.
no quarrel with me.
Still, I think it's overkill.
With you. Of course, it means that one
So,
one has to stop his search
Yeah.
for Tyr.
I don't know how Sony is planning to say, oh yeah, the PS5 Pro is 8K. On a 4090, I mean native 8K is 30 FPS.
Tyr's old
If you use
ways.
upscaling though,
He is
I mean,
dead. You understand?
you probably won't notice.
And then that's it. Then we're square.
So I'm guessing that's why
Shit, I'll even sweeten the
they
deal.
talk about 8K
I'll let you
here,
keep the
there,
prisoner
on PS5 Pro.
that I know you stole.
Maybe they use PSSR and run it at 30 FPS. But internally it's like 4K. Makes sense. I don't know how they would do it though. A lot of memory bandwidth you need there.
There he is.
I remember Ultra Performance was needed for 8K gaming. Well, Ultra Performance was made with 8K gaming in mind, because internally it's 1440p,
What kind of wisdom
and it still looks good.
Can't the smartest head alive
With
see
ultra
past
performance.
himself? See that we all want the same thing? All right. Here's a deal I know you can trust.
Manu, creo que 750 watts, creo.
With
Algo así.
my ex.
Capaz que 800 sería mejor.
Keep
Sony will use 8K but upscale from 1080p. Ultra Performance PSSR.
safe.
Those poor artists now have to make textures that look good at such a stupid resolutions. I mean, as long as it looks good at 8K, sorry, at 4K or 1440p. I mean, artists will be glad that we can actually appreciate the art. Because if you look at older games, well, games in general, artists usually make a huge, high quality version of everything, but then they have to scale it down for it to be real time. Well, here we go. Is there an upper bound to DLSS upscaling? Can it do 16K or 32K or something stupid like that? Yeah, probably can. In this case, I'm using DSR, which you can take your resolution and use a multiplier. and the maximum it allows me is 4 times. I could try to get to 16K doing some shenanigans, but I think 8K is already overkill. I don't know. But again, it's stupidly sharp already. I mean, internally is 4K, and if we use Ultra Performance DLSS, which internally is 1440p, this is what Ultra Performance DLSS was in, well, Ultra Performance upscaling was embedded for. 8K upscaled from 1440p. If you have an 8K screen somehow, you get amazing performance. So yeah, internally it's 1440p, but it's upscaling to 8K using that DLSS algorithm. And it still looks awesome. It looks super sharp. So that's how you know that 8K is absolutely overkill. The monitor that I'm using is 4K, but it's 27 inches. If you play on this monitor at 4K, it looks stupidly sharp. It doesn't make sense to go any higher. Yeah, PSSR will probably do the same thing. On PSSR, I'm expecting something like this.
Now we got us a fight.
So, okay. Basically, DLSS, if you disable it... Okay, I think I crashed the game. I crashed the game. No, I haven't. Okay. It took a spike because I increased the resolution super quickly. I increased it to 8K super quickly and the game was like, oh my god, my VRAM, where is it? This is native. So now it's using all my VRAM. Look at that, VRAM 140%. Yeah, that's because it's basically using 24 gigabytes of VRAM now. That's so funny. I think I have to reload. Come on, you got this. I'm pretty sure if I look at the ground... Let's save the game before I quit. It's so funny. Yeah, it nuked the VRAM. I think it's because I was playing with resolutions up and down. That's hilarious though. 8K is such a stupidly high resolution. Look, guys, PS5 8K. Yeah, good luck. Does it run well? It runs amazing. I'm blown away with the performance of this game. Yeah, I mean, if you're at 8K, the taskbar at 100% scaling is like something like this. Again, this is a 4K screen. Or in 8K. Yeah, 7680 by 4320. Again, a stupid resolution on the highest settings. Let's see. Yeah, now the VRAM is at 16 gigs. Let's see if it crashes again. I don't think so. 16K, your monitor burns. Yeah. Can I overclock my monitor, sir? Yeah, no, it's such a big resolution, such a big DPI. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to play at native 8K. Unless, again, you're on like 100-inch television or something, looking at it super close. But it does seem that the game uses a lot more VRAM when you're changing resolutions, which makes complete sense. At 8K native is using 17 gigabytes of VRAM, which is less than I anticipated, honestly. This is native 8K again. You don't need to do native 8K, it's a waste of resources. You can very easily just upscale. So instead of doing 8K native, that is 4320p, you can just do performance, well, not even, maybe balanced. Yeah, like 4.5K. Do DLSS balanced. And it's fine. No need to do native, honestly. It's already overkill at this resolution. PS6 will have a 16K support logo. Yeah, definitely. But this just showed you what a stupidly high resolution 8K is. And that the consoles are very far away from 8K. It's all about upscaling nowadays. Yeah.
If you're not fighting dirty, you're not fighting, right?
Oh well, this also just proves that the 4090 is a ridiculously powerful GPU. Nobody needs a 4090.
You should be better than this.
Or do we? Alright. Enough 4K and 8K. That's nice. But I think it's time to show you what I promised at in the title as well. 1440p and 1080p. I showed you 4K, I showed you 8K. Let's now go back to 1440p. Let's see if we can be CPU bound. Probably yes. 1440p is so much lower, which I never thought I would say. 720? Yeah, sure. We're doing 720 at the end just to see what the CPU, how the CPU can cry. Yeah, it's like 1080 Ti levels of overkill when that GPU came out, definitely. No. I'm not rich. Trust me, I had to give 2 kidneys and a 4070 Ti to get it. I wish. It's just because I like technology. And I was curious, and I was like, okay, if I got a 4090, I gotta make content. Okay, 1440p, DLAA, highest settings. Let's continue. How much did you pay for the 4090? I gave a 4070 Ti and $1,000, basically. Which in Uruguay is a good price. So I paid 1K with a 1.5 year used 4070 Ti on top of it. Again, it might seem a stupid price, but in Uruguay that's cheap. In Uruguay a 4090 is like 2.8 grand. $2,800 new. And there was some people that imported it and they were like, yeah sure, we'll take your 4070 Ti and $1 grand. And I was like, okay, yeah sure, let's go. That's my chance. In a store, a personal deal. It's kind of an unofficial store. Because in my country, it's so hard to get things through customs that people will just travel to the US to buy hardware cheaper and then sell it for a profit here. So they usually take hardware as a payment thing. Why are kidneys so cheap to sell? I don't know, man. I mean, they grow back, right?
You think you can come here, become a daddy, get a clean slate? That ain't how it works.
I mean, 1440p already looks amazing in this screen, and this is a 4K screen. We get 200% more performance.
Oh no. I say when we're done.
Sí, Pablo, debería funcionar más bien.
Not leaving till I see the real you.
Yeah, things are expensive here as well. Inches? What do you mean? Enough of them. So we're CPU limited at 1440p. as you can see,
No way,
which is
my
hilarious.
boy fell to this.
Imagine if this game had ray tracing. What do you mean? What do you mean to me? Mean to mean what? What do I mean? You know what I mean.
God that murdered the Pantheon 'cause they hurt his feelings.
We're talking about the controller. One turn 27 inches if that's what you're asking. Yeah, exactly. The monitor, obviously.
This is the foreign god that best it's over.
There we go. Oh, dude. It always happens when I'm running towards him. Now, since we're CPU limited already, let's do frame generation. Again, the NVIDIA frame generation doesn't work for some reason, so we have to use the AMD one. Let me remove the vibration. It's bothering me so much. Auto pickup, yes. I forgot where that was. Oh god. Not again. Accessibility. It has to be here. No, it was in controller. I missed it. Yeah, it's running pretty well. I mean, it has to. It's a 4090. Here. Duh. Much better.
This is the man who faced down Sigrid, the Valkyrie Queen.
If it's with frame gen, I'm stuck at 200 or 190.
This is the Modi! You put him last, even in death. The fuck you say? Modi sought us in
Now this is a
fear.
27-inch screen,
He died of
actually.
the wounds you
That's why
gave him.
1440p still looks good.
Model father.
And 4K looks stupidly sharp. And imagine how 8K looks if 4K is
This
stupidly
feels
sharp already.
Familiar. What? Don't matter. I can give a hot shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, no need for frame gen on this one. Just keep it at native 1440p.
You're following me at light. I want to see the god of war. You started this. I will end it.
Okay, so 1440p, it's okay. To the surprise of no one. It's already stupidly well optimized, I would say. The thing is, it doesn't run on 4GB GPUs. Oh. Good to know, Linear. Yeah, I think I was lucky. I thought I was going to be able to get 2800, but I got some artifacting, so this is basically... I have a safety net of 30 millivolts, I think. Alright. So 1080p. My monitor doesn't support 240. I don't know why I did that. Let's go back to 144. There we go. So now 1080p. Why? I don't know. One sec. Alright. Does not work for you, the control vibration? That's weird. That shouldn't happen. 120. Ah, my monitor. My monitor loves to bother me. One sec. Oh. Let's try that again. There we go. Now I have an image. Sorry, guys. So now let's do considering it's a 4090, a stupidly low resolution. We do 1080p now. Somebody probably bought a 4090 for 1080p. Respect. You need a strong CPU. If you had 2070, just try that card. I already tried the 3060 and the 4060. Those are pretty close to that one. So I already tested every other card, basically. This is the last card I test when a new game releases. So yeah, we're using the highest settings at 1080p. Let's see how high we can get it. Yeah, we'll do 1080p low as well. Why not? For the memes. Yeah. We're basically locked at 200 FPS. 190, better said. FrameGen doesn't seem to do anything. I mean, it's already a stupidly high frame rate, so what's the point? And the 4090 is being used 80%. 80%, but not breaking a sweat. The 4090 doesn't know that it's rendering again yet.
Let the god of war out! Let me see him!
I keep forgetting about that. Sure. I'll try. You got 80 FPS with 4070 Ti on 2K Ultra? That's awesome. Yeah, the game runs pretty well. This is just a ridiculous resolution. Since I was asked, let's do low settings. 1080p low. Let's see what happens. Yeah, everything is the same.
Where's the love of the fight?
Yeah, I think the game doesn't like to be above 200 FPS. I get it. I would be the same. Literally me. Yeah, let's play on competitive. Let's play on the lowest settings at 720p. Sorry, 720 would be quality, actually. Which technically 720p should run better than this. Yeah, it's the same.
You will call your sons!
800 resolution, low settings. Yeah, we gotta. Never forget your roots. My roots are at 4x3.
Who are you? Show me the killer of gods!
Yeah, it's just using half the GPU. The 4090 just doesn't care at all. And it's funny because this computer is usually mostly for editing. It renders H.265 videos so quickly, and it streams very well at AV1. But the least that I use it for is gaming. Sometimes I stream this computer to my Steam Deck to play like at 1200p at 90 Hz on the OLED Steam Deck, but that's about it. This card barely does 4K gaming. Although, it still looks good on low. Let's be honest here. I mean, we're playing on low. But low looks stupidly good.
There he is. There's the god of war.
Okay, next mirror section. Sure.
Consider your blood debt paid.
¿Qué te motiva día tras día a hacer los benchmarks? Curiosidad. Solo tengo una palabra. curiosidad. It cannot look worse than PS5, remember that. Yeah, no, it can only look better than PS5 like this.
Sindri and Brock. That was quite a fight.
Next mirror section.
Odin is with Atreus.
Oh no. I'll go get a gateway ready.
Come on then. Ain't a long walk. Well, good to see you making new friends.
So if you got a 4090 for 1080p gaming, respect. Cyberpunk with path tracing will be 6 FPS
You have mentioned it.
at 1080p. El curioso, Santi el curioso Gómez.
It was good to see the axe hold their own.
No, I haven't completed this game. I still need to finish the original actually. I'm playing it on Steam Deck. So once I finish that one, I'll play this one. Because I'm super... I don't know what's going on in the game. I just know that Thor is there.
No use trying to bifrost your way around the realms. Odin's got them locked down tight. Or ain't you noticed?
I don't know, Jose, probably. Sabelo, Madraco. 9800 GT. If it has 8 GB of VRAM, maybe. Who knows? The thing that will be missing as well will be DX12 support. Okay, here it drops quite significantly in this foliage heavy part. Foliage heavy. Yeah, it has particles everywhere. Oh, actually, the volumetrics are very, very good. What the hell? I don't see any edges on the volumetrics. But here it drops pretty hard.
That's what. You go get your boy, and I'll speak to a certain someone.
If you look into 60, the GPU is like a 1650 consumption. Agreed. Yeah, but once we go back to the real world, we're CPU limited again. So 200 fighting Thor, but 160 when doing anything else. Horrible, unplayable. Okay, so now I'll play on competitive. Let's play at 480p. I don't know if the game supports that actually. 1024 by 768. Let's see if the game even launches at this resolution. $1024 by 768. Let's see, 4 by 3. Oh, it crashed. Anything to say? F. Let's try that again. Never seen this GPU at this resolution? Me neither. It's my first time. I think the game doesn't like this resolution though. God of crash. Thor gets even weirder at this resolution. Yeah, it's easier to hit him. Guys, please, stretched. Have you ever played Counter-Strike? Everybody knows that. Spec ratio, let's see. 17 by 9, 21 by 9, 32 by 9. No, there's no 4 by 3. Unplayable. Yeah, this is actually 16 by 9. Okay. So what you should do in this situation, just stretch it. So Thor gets fatter and it's easier to hit. That's what the Counter-Strike people say. It must be true. So technically it will be something like this. 480p. Yeah, I think we can even go lower, yeah. But hang on. Let me try something first. Can I stretch this? I mean, it still looks pretty good at this resolution. It's like watching an old movie. It's so cinematic. That's how you know the art in the game is good. Just look at how good the game looks at a low resolution. Let me see if I can do... How low can it go? 320p. Dude. 1p at 1 FPS. This still looks fine. What the hell? Yeah, PS4 is probably between 900p and 1080p. That's my guess. How does a 320p still look like God of War? I'm so confused. I don't know. I can still see the magic here. I mean, this is how God of War 2 looked in my eyes. Yeah, this makes it look quite vintage, actually. But vintage in a good way. Like, it would be interesting to see this on a CRT at this resolution, actually. But it's 320p, and it still looks okay. Somehow. Low settings? Yeah. We gotta go all in. This is how pro CSGO players used to play. Oh man, look at this. It still looks good. What the hell? But see, this is why I need a 4090. I need to do stupid stuff like this. Yeah, Mark Cerny and Corey Valrock sat down and they were like,
I was about to look.
Corey, you don't understand. We need 320p
Are you?
on God of War Ragnarok.
What does he want?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a CRT, this is not a bad way to do it. Although I would play on Ultra, it looks like an old movie. It's super cool.
Did he?
Sí, pneuma, sí, no debería hablar.
Right.
I told him no. Obviously.
Yeah, somehow it still looks good like this.
Good.
That's just
Music for tears.
yeah, it just tells you how good the art is. I think it has a lower bound of resolution. This is definitely not
I wanted to tell
320p.
you,
No freaking
I
way.
really did, but now that you know.
It's funny
you
that
should see.
though if you look at the subtitles, they have like a blurry background. The blurry background is offset. So the game was not designed for this
Let me regain
resolution.
it. Let me show you what I found.
FrameGen, nah. FrameGen didn't change much. I tried it. At the 200 FPS mark, it kinda
And
stops
clearly
working.
They can just walk in and blast holes in our home whenever they
How the
want.
490 do at 8K? Native 8K,
There's only one
35
way to get
FPS.
our back.
8K performance, which is 4K, was like 90 to 100 and something. And 8K ultra performance, that is 1440p internally, was like 120, 110, I think. You need ultra wide mod to play 2018 in 4x3. That's hilarious.
Gather your things.
Anyway, let me save the progress and try again. Yeah, 8K 30s is impressive. That just tells you how far away we are from actual 8K gaming. Once I can save after this cutscene where I'm going to do my final thoughts when it comes to... No, I'm not doing this. Sorry, Kratos. It's illegal to use armor. Although, look at the UI. The UI in the skills part is 2 pixels wide. Technique, range, and melee is like 2 pixels. So I think the game is not rendering at this resolution actually. It says so, but it's probably much higher than that. I will play on a 4090, so we might as well try it, right?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Yes.
Go.
So we need 8K, 4K, 1440p, 1080p, 720p, 320p, 768p. I'll give it back to 4K and tell you what I think finally. But this has been very fun. It's been an hour. I've been around.
And keep the change, you bastard!
Yeah, this looks like native and no DLSS. So I'm pretty sure this is probably not 320p. I think the game is lying to us. All right. Okay, let's go back to 4K. Because we can. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a DLSS thing or the actual... I think the game just doesn't render below certain resolutions. I think at that point the game just tells you, oh yeah, it's 320p, but it's not really 320p. I don't know. I just don't trust what the game tells me. Alright, so if you're playing at 4K on a 4090, just put it with DLAA Ultra and you'll be fine. Frame gen, the NVIDIA one doesn't work, the AMD one does, funnily enough. So if you bought a 40 series card for the frame generation, F's in the chat. You gotta use FSR3 frame gen. And well, I'll keep it going.
Where are we going?
The old temple in the Wildwoods.
Why?
Let me load a newer save though. 1 hour 19. They probably have a new, yeah, 137. This is an intentional channel. Oh, international channel. Yeah, intentional too. No more than 1,000 for a gaming
Where
GPU.
are we?
Somewhere only giants were meant to see. These shrines tell their stories to the world.
Oh, it looks
But
amazing.
it turns out the real stories, the secret stories, those they kept here, inside. You remember the
Did
story
you like the game? So far I like the gameplay, but I
Old
already
guys.
like the gameplay
Odin
in God of
captured
War
them because he thinks
2018,
it'll
so
help him control
I
when
mean,
Ragnarok starts.
probably this one is expanded in
That's
that
not the whole
front,
story.
I guess.
See, this shows the giant setting Skull and Hadi free.
They're free. Is this the past?
And if you
or
don't
the
want to
future?
play God of War
And
2018,
when you're looking at it,
you have
Like a giant.
a video to catch up
the wolves
at
are
the
safe.
start of this game, if you want
Somewhere
to.
in Vanaheim.
Not the first place Odin would look at.
Yeah, no more than 500. 500 is already too much in my
There
opinion.
they are, chasing the sun and moon.
But I miss the
Killed,
below $200
more gets
GPU.
stolen. Somehow,
I think AMD is going to revive that soon enough.
See? Hadi's got nothing to chase.
And they say
Okay,
celestial
Dark
creatures
Decimus.
are victimless,
Thanks for
right?
being here.
Not totally sure who this is.
Yeah,
But someone comes along and rescues them.
you can always do $100 a month for your
The
GPU
moon
if you
blocks
want
out
it.
the
Yeah,
sun.
that's true.
A total eclipse.
Depends on the country, of
Haven't
course.
seen one of those in 100 winters.
But then they chase an arrow, and things go back to normal.
Here I am. Jesus. Well,
What does
Go
any
rest,
of this have to do?
Mr.
We're coming to
Decimus.
that.
Thanks for being here.
Look.
Oh, this is
here's
just for
Ragnarok.
fun.
Do you see who's leading the army?
Because we already tried basically every GPU I own, so we might as well do the overkill one as
That
well.
means he's gotta be alive. Right?
800? Yeah. 800 is a little bit much if you're in the US, but if you're in Uruguay, 800 will give you like a 4070
What if he didn't kill
or
him?
4070 Super.
What if he just
So
had him
that's how
locked
bad
up somewhere
pricing
all
is
the
here.
time?
We are back
Hey
to
Sam
this.
HLL,
Enough.
how's it going?
Wait,
We just enjoyed the GPU you can afford.
wait. I have
That's
one
the
more
best
thing to show
takeaway.
you. It's just out here.
I mean, if you look at the GPUs that I owned in the past, they were all cheap stuff. They've always been.
What is this?
Here I decided to go overkill because I could. I had a chance to get it cheaper than other places in my country. But I had a 9500 GT
Giant craftsman.
a GTS 450, and when the GTS 450 broke, I got the 750 Ti and started making videos.
How many have you visited?
So yeah, then I got a 950 to make videos, a 1050 Ti. I make hundreds of videos on those cards.
I don't know
So,
what
yeah.
it is.
4070 or 7800 XT for 500, that's your limit. That's pretty good. You don't need more than that.
When I was
I mean,
inside
I
one
think
of
I showed you pretty clearly here that 1440p I think is more than enough. 4K is nice on a bigger screen, but if you're using a monitor,
these in black
1440p I would say is the sweet spot. Good performance, good sharpness.
figure out exactly.
We.
So yeah. And if you want to do 4K, 32 inches and higher, no more than that,
Helping me.
no less than that. I mean,
Look, I talked him into it. It wasn't his idea. I just needed someone to watch my back.
but usually good values test there. And now that we got upscaling, GPUs get a bit more life as well, I guess. Although some developers are using upscaling as an excuse not to
Unlikely.
optimize stuff.
Odin's got no presence to speak of in the primordial
Yeah,
realm.
exactly, Hito.
But the bleeding out?
And you're considering a 6600 for 1080p gaming? Yeah, you should be okay.
Dwarves, perhaps.
Svartalfheim, that's a good bet. Them
I don't know
ones do
about
build
pricing
black
though.
smoke.
It varies so
Odin's had it
much.
Come on the dwarves for a very long time.
That's it then. Tears in Svartalfheim somewhere, imprisoned in a mine. So, what now?
Home.
So if you happen to have this card, maybe quality DLSS, and you'll be over 100 across the board. Over 120 probably.
Huh, this way.
Lad, even if we consider looking for Tyr, how do you have us getting to Svartalfheim? You know Odin's had all travel between realms locked up tight.
Sindri said he had an idea or two about that.
Sindri is full of ideas.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to drop something in here. Anyway, so yeah, definitely the new games are not the only games. I play mostly older games, honestly. So you can get a great experience for less money. This is just overkill for the sake of overkill.
I don't think we can get home the way we came. Let's get back to the shrine.
But yeah, the FOMO is real. I agree with that. I mean, just look at Nvidia's frame generation. It doesn't even work in this game.
Things collapsing on a regular basis in these parts.
Fimbulwinter wears down all things, even stone.
Doinks. Does this GPU model have loud fans? No, not really. It's 3 fans, and the power connector is in the back, is towards the front of the case, so you don't bend the cables. It's perfect. And using this undervolting that I did, it starts at 64, and I think the fan is like at 50%, so it's not breaking a sweat. And if you don't mind some extra temperature, you can put even lower fan speeds. You speak Spanish? Yes, es mi lenguaje principal el español. Soy de Uruguay. How do you get the 4090? I gave a 4070 Ti and a grand. And that's basically how I got it. And a couple kidneys as well, just in case. You never know when you're not going to need them. If you want path tracing, that needs at least 3080 4070 Super. Yeah, I mean, but path tracing is so unnecessary right now, I think. On Cyberpunk it looks good, but that's one game. So why bother? I mean, if you have stupid amount of GPU power, sure, why not? Just for the memes. But otherwise, I don't know. As long as the art is good, rasterize is fine. No lo tengo esa gráfica santa, pero se agradece que pases por acá. Está todo... En la descripción tengo más gráficas. Que están cerca. Big Alan Wake Remedy fan here. Well, if you're playing Alan Wake, it's nice to have ray tracing on that one. It's super demanding though. I wish it was a bit more optimized when it came to that. But on that one I kind of understand. Sometimes though the glow illumination on Alan Wake 2 bleeds a little bit much with the color. Sometimes the skin looks like it's glowing too much. Okay. So anyway, the final message is it runs fine on basically all PCs that I tried it, except on 4GB GPUs. The game refuses to launch. There's probably going to be a mod or something. ¿Qué es eso, señor Osho? So yeah, art style I think is being killed by ray tracing because it's just turn it on. It throws the rays and yeah, that's replaced by art. You can notice that in this game. This is originally a PS4 game. And it's not using any ray tracing, and you can notice. But to the eye, I don't know. I think it's completely fine. Why cannot more games just have good art and ray tracing as an option? Because it costs more, probably. Yeah, Control shows it off real well, but you need to be thinking about that from the get-go. I don't know. It's difficult to pull off correctly, in my opinion. No, you're late for 8K. 8K is already done. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Personally, I think that if you have a 4090 for some reason, 4K DLAA is fine. Maybe use quality DLSS if you want to be all the time above 120. If you want to do 8K, you can do it, but use performance DLSS. You get over 100 FPS and it looks even sharper if you have a big screen or something. Yeah. And if you have a lower end GPU, I have a live stream in the description that I tried the 4060, the 3060, the 3050, and the 1650. Unfortunately, if you have a 4GB card, the game just refuses to launch altogether. So yeah, you're late this time, but I appreciate you being here, man. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. If you want to see more of this, please let me know in the chat and in the comments, because it takes a little bit of work to get the 4090 stream to go. So thanks for watching, and I'll see ya next time. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Love you too, I like to repeat you. Respect as well.